So here we go, the third and final trimester. These last few weeks have just been a whirlwind, I guess. A reality has set in, and realizing that we are a few weeks away from meeting our son. In this trimester, I had definitely a shift in symptoms. Once again, nothing that I experienced in my first pregnancy. And that's why it's so important, I think, when we share about pregnancy experiences, reminding women that every single pregnancy is so different and so unique to not only our bodies, but just the experience itself. Every pregnancy can be completely different, whether it's a boy, whether it's a girl. I hear a lot of things like, when it's your first pregnancy and people give advice, and or they say, what symptoms do you have, and they try to determine if that is an indication of gender, which it's not. Because I've heard both. I've heard women say, all my pregnancies were completely different, all my pregnancies were completely the same, and that's whether it's been a boy or a girl, right? So in this trimester, one of the greatest differences as far as symptoms is, TMI, but swollen lady parts. So this is something that I did not experience in my first pregnancy. I honestly freaked out, because I started to get, maybe it was literally at the beginning of my third trimester, that I started to notice puffiness down there, only on one side. Okay, so this was like, I had never heard about this, and once again, I went deep diving into YouTube because Google was not very much of a help. So I went into YouTube and I went into like listening to videos, testimonies of other women and their pregnancy experiences, till finally I found something to kind of something to look deeper into. Right? Obviously I eventually asking my doctor, but at first I was kind of like embarrassed. Like, I've never heard anybody share this. I've never heard anybody say that this was their experience, or even be able to like Google it. So I eventually did ask my doctor, and it's very normal to have swollen, I guess I'll say swollen lips. It sounds so weird. But yeah, so that was kind of like, it was a weird experience because I had no idea what was going on. I thought something was wrong with me. And it's completely normal. And the reason being is that, there's a huge blood volume in your body, and so it just, that's something that can happen. You can have swollenness there. A lot of people suffer from like swollenness in like hands and feet. And that wasn't my experience, but I did have swollen down there, right? And it was only on one side, so I honestly thought something was wrong. So I was freaking out before I actually asked my doctor, is this normal? And obviously, she explained, yes, it's the blood volume. It's just something that can happen, especially because there's a lot of pressure down there. Secondly, that was the second symptom that I had. That was not my experience in my first pregnancy. Was a lot of pressure down there. So I started, obviously, as baby's getting bigger and I'm putting on more weight, it was putting a lot of pressure in my pelvic area. Towards the end, I felt like baby was right there ready to come out. If I sneezed, he was gonna fall out, just because it was so heavy, so heavy. And with this pregnancy, I did end up gaining 45 pounds. With my daughter, it was 40 pounds, but this time it just felt, because I was more in tune with my body, I just felt so much heavier. And definitely had to modify my exercises, my workouts, even more so in this trimester, because I already felt super, super heavy. This time I did invest in a belly band, which helped support my belly. I would wear it like 2 hours. 2 to 3 hours a day, to help relieve the heaviness of my stomach, because he definitely felt really, really heavy, and it was an indication that I was having another big baby, because I had My daughter was pretty big. She was 8 pounds 9 ounces. So I definitely felt like he was going to be about the same or even bigger. Um, and Definitely, you know, an experience this time around, because that's not something that I felt in the first pregnancy. And in this trimester, we also had baby showers, so that was a lot of fun. Um, and this time around, last time we had, ugh, it was just crazy. It was like a baby shower tour, not planned by us. Friends, family, through us. We had a family baby shower. Then um, we had one at my job. We had one with my husband's coworkers. Then we had one at our gym. And so this time I kind of felt like I didn't want something really big. Um, and to be honest, I at first I didn't really want another baby shower, but then I realized, this is a different pregnancy. We want to have the experience. Plus, we're having a boy this time. It's not gonna be girly, girly shower. But I was super excited because since we had it in October, we ended up having a Halloween shower, which, when else am I gonna get to have a Halloween baby shower, right? It was just like perfect. So I love Halloween. We love Halloween. Frida was super excited. So everything turned out beautifully. My sister once again coordinated, and everything was perfect. Other than the weather, towards the end, when we were opening gifts, it started to pour. It was like pouring rain. We had to like rush everything inside because it rained so hard that it started to to ruin the tents that we were under. Just grateful that it didn't rain earlier. It was just towards the end when we were opening gifts. So it was like a mad rush to get everything inside, and everything was wet. It was, yeah, but we got through it. But overall, it was a great little shower, friends and family, and we also finalized or finished room prep. So, like I shared in my previous video, we decided to turn this, instead of giving them their own room, the spare bedroom was turned into a playroom with all toys, and that was more so for cleaning purposes. I didn't want to have to think about cleaning two rooms and toys everywhere. So toys in one room, and then Frida's room, we converted it into co-sleeping, so half and half. Um, we got his side of the room set up. We painted his side of the room, um, but also preparing a bassinet for the living room, preparing a bassinet for the bedroom, because obviously the first couple of months he won't be sleeping in his crib in the room. And just beginning the transition of that, and just preparing our house for baby. I still have so many things to go through at this point, as far as Frida's things that we haven't pulled out of storage in our garage, just because we got a lot of stuff for him as well. Grateful that I have some amazing friends who recently had babies, who also had boys, and they have also gifted me their babies' clothes that they've outgrown. So that's one of the things that I wanted to be more mindful of is this time around, is like reusing a lot more things. And with Frida too, I had friends who also gave me some great hand-me-downs for Frida, because they outgrow everything. They go through everything so quickly. So definitely grateful for that. And we also had our 4D ultrasound in this trimester, which was so amazing. I still remember my experience with Frida, and to our surprise, he looked exactly like Frida in this ultrasound. He wasn't as shy as she was, so we were able to get a little bit more images and video of him. But he definitely resembled her when she was born. So I kind of already felt that he was gonna look like her. But in this video, the 4D videos, it was like he definitely is going to look like her. So it was great to have our parents there and just have that experience. Once again, we did like a little viewing party as they do at these 4D places. And it was just so beautiful because, being in this trimester of pregnancy and just having gone through the last couple months of just, feeling just everything, and feeling overwhelmed, feeling excited, nervous, and just it coming full circle to this moment. Like, he's healthy, he's thriving, and it just builds the excitement of like wanting to meet him. So um, this trimester, I feel like it flew by the fastest, um, because it was just the anticipation of building up, the anticipation of it's almost time to meet him. So obviously I'm doing this video after having my son, so I definitely want to share, next I'll share my birth experience, because it was a little different. And each pregnancy and birth is different, but it's all so beautiful and such a beautiful time in a woman's life, I feel it. And I'm grateful that I have had such positive experiences, even through the scary parts of not knowing what could go wrong, or I feel like I'm in a place where I have an understanding that I can't focus on anything other than what I can control, and the only thing I can control is being at peace with whatever will happen, whatever God's plan is for us. So, super excited to have made it to the final, this third trimester, not the final, because the fourth trimester is the final, but just ending it with feeling gratitude for what this pregnancy journey has been, for the experience of once again carrying a baby in my body, and birthing it into the world, and just the magic of our body, of a woman's body, and how powerful it is, with the resilience of it, and how it gets us through just the labor and delivery, which I will share next. But I'm just so grateful for being able to carry life, being able to become a mom again, and I look forward to all of the future experiences to come. I definitely want to share my birth story and how that was, because I feel like I was excited and the anticipation was building, but I also feel like that moment, it went so fast. So I love that we have an opportunity to like document our journey, because we definitely documented our journey with our daughter, and this time around finally getting around to doing it, because it's just been like crazy. Like I feel like it flew by, even though it felt like I was pregnant pretty much the whole year. But definitely I'll be sharing that story, and just I think it's important that we continue to share our experiences, because if you're anything like me, um, I like to know what's going on. I like to be, in the know of what's happening with my body. And I'm grateful for all the women that came before me that have shared their stories on YouTube, for me to be able to search when something, when I've had a symptom. That was something that was really helpful for me, because it's not as easy as like I said, Googling it, right? And before bombarding my doctor with a million questions, because I already had a million questions, I'm glad that it gave me a peace of mind to know that other women have had these experiences as well.